Okay, let's go ahead and do another video, and let's do this one on some tips and tricks. Let's some basics. We've got this done, and actually all I've done is I copied it over from here because I didn't want to mess that one over. So I'm just going to show you some tips and tricks. Some of y'all asked me about pocket doors. Okay, well here's a pocket door. A pocket door has to go in a wall, so you got to have a wall to put it in. You can't put a pocket door in this way because it's going to come out to nothing. I can get my electrical behind this right here, so I can do it. I couldn't put any kind of a pocket door in this wall here. That would be too hard. I couldn't put it even in here. I could probably put a pocket door here going into this wall this direction, but you have to figure out. It's very simple. First thing you do is you copy over your pocket door where you want it to be. You simply in your wall layer, you draw where you want your wall to start. Make sure you got your ortho on. And let's trim up those edges. Now that little red line that I've got with the pocket door is very important to be there, because when you move the whole thing, that red line is going to tell you where to place it. The red line's still there, it's underneath it. So once I move the whole thing at one time, all I'm doing is trimming it out. And there it is. Basically, there's your whole entire pocket door. Just plain and simple. Here's the door, there's the pocket, there's the door all the way open, here's the door all the way closed. It's that simple. So there's your pocket door. Okay? Someone asked about a sliding door. Okay, sliding doors, these could be for your closet, or these could be your sliding glass doors for outside. Same thing. You have a 5 foot, you have a 6 foot. This is a 6 foot. I'm going to take a line, just draw it down, and I'm going to trim this thing up. So trim it up. And now if this is 6 foot, I need to offset 6 feet. And I'm going to take it from here and go over. I need to trim that up between it. And then I need to go ahead and move. And when I move it, I take it from that middle end part right up there. See, this would be the middle of the object right here to the middle of your wall right here. So now that door is basically open. So this door here will slide back and forth depending. So these are your sliding doors. So if you really got into it and you measured, this door here should be 3 foot. See? This door here should be 3 foot. And then the total opening is going to be 6 foot. And that's because I have 2 3-foot doors. So that's how you do a sliding door. Not a big deal. So you have pocket, there's your sliding. Now here is your large double French doors. Now remember, I told you guys we're doing tiny cottages. I don't want those for front doors. So please don't argue with me on it. I don't mind a back area, but it does look crazy with the front. So let's go ahead and trim this up. And we're going to just simply move this whole setup from this corner to the midpoint. We are going to copy from here to here. Now, I want to show you when I'm going to trim this up. So what I'm going to do is show you both of them at the same time. Let me copy this so you can see why I do my trimming the way I do. Okay, these are the same doors. They have to be trimmed. If I go trim and I pick this end piece, right click, and then pick what I want gone. Okay? Whoops, something happened here. Undo that. I don't think something's covered. Something missing right there. So let's go ahead and go trim. Whoops, this piece. And make sure this is touching. Okay, so back to the trim. Done correctly, I pick this, and I can trim out that whole thing. That's 2 3 clicks. If I come in here and I pick trim and I hit the space bar and I start trimming here, I need to come in here and trim that little piece. I need to trim this piece. I need to come in here and trim this piece. So I have all those extra pieces to trim. Your choice on what you want to do. Okay, so there's some tricks right there. Now, next thing, let's show the trick on if we have to stretch something or move. Say this here, say this bar, I want it to actually come out a little further and I want it longer here. I come up here to my stretch command, and you always have to go from your right to the left, and you window it. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to window, so it has to be green. Now take a look. Anything that's inside is going to move. Anything it is touching, it is going to stretch. So if you notice, these two white lines are being crossed over. All of this is being moved. So I take it, right click, and now look, I can stretch. Make sure your ortho's on. If not, look what you're going to have. You're going to have a hot mess going on. So you can stretch it out to where you need it to be. So that's how you do your stretch. Okay, so stretch it where you need. Now, there's sometimes, like say I made a mistake. I didn't. There's the 4 inches there. Say I needed to stretch this door, and I needed to come over. I could stretch it that way and see how it brings the whole thing to me. So I could go either direction on this. But let me show you if you have a really complicated area and you can't just do a rectangle. What if I wanted to take this whole front door, all of this in here, and move this whole thing over? I could do something like this. I can go stretch, and look at the bottom where it says cross windowing or cross polygoning. If I go CP for cross polygon, I can start up here and I can pick my points where I want to go. So as I'm picking my points of what I need to be gone, I can come through here and I can pick all the way to here. Now watch. Now I've got it picked. Right click, pick my point, and if I have my ortho on, see I can bring it all out here and I can change where I need it, and I don't have to sit there and redo things. So I can take it, say I moved it out just a little bit further. Everything moved automatically. If I undo it, you can see the change. So by windowing it like that, that does help a lot. That's some of the tricks, little tips that to do. One more time, I'm going to remind you, make sure your sink is floating front to back. Don't forget about your little edges here. You need to have edges on both sides of closets and such. So you can't just have, for example, you can't just have this wide open here. You need to have these edges on both sides. So just use your line from the center. So if you're, I've seen some people trying to put a closet door straight out from here where there's nothing for this door to hold on to. You have to have, these doors have to have 4 inches on each side to hold on tight to it. You don't want to just have it going to a blank wall. So really work on that and figure that out. So hopefully that one's, some of the little tricks will help you out. Okay, so that should do that. I'll think of some more stuff for you.